And now see, sir, now see everyone, see all the programs, whatever programs you are writing, the logic is same in all the programs. In all the programs, the logic is same. For example, let me take you and give you an example. If you have to add two numbers, what you will do? You will take one number. Let us suppose this is 10, this is 5. You will take another number and you will store by you will add these two numbers and store it in this variable. Okay. So this 3 lines of code, you will do it in C, in C++, in Java, in Python. In all the 4-5 languages, you will write the same code. What is the difference then? Why we are using C#? Sometimes we are using Java. Some companies are preferring Python. Why these? Why so? See, the thing is, the difference is the syntax. Whatever syntax we are writing with is different. For example, if I want to print this value of C, if I am using C, then I will use print F. I will print this like this. Okay. This is in C. This part will be common in all the 4 languages. This is in C. If I am using C++, I will be doing C out. If I am using Java, I will be using system.out.println. Meaning is same in all the languages. Again, I am telling you, system.out.println. Okay, so meaning is same. And if I am using Python, I will be using only print. And then I will pass the variable over here. So see, in each case, you will be getting the result as 50. Whatever language you are using, right? But the difference is only the syntax difference is there. Only the difference of syntax is there. Okay. Now, the second thing is which language we should use. Okay. See, you can use any language of your choice. Okay. But the difference is what? Python is much more easier than C, C++, Java and all. Okay. And the facility today, nowadays, we are using AI, machine learning. In all these things, Python programming is used. See, after in class 12 CBSE, the Python is introduced. Previously, C++ was there. That was also, I'm not saying that that is difficult. That is also easy because logic is same. But Python has came with bigger packages, larger amount of packages with simple syntax. The syntax in Python is much more simple as compared to Java, C++. Okay. Before these programming languages, we used to before programming language, we must learn about web designing also. Okay. And for web designing, we should learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These are the scripting languages. Okay. And for HTML and CSS, these 2 languages anyone can learn. Even a 8-9 years kid can also learn HTML and CSS. Okay. Next, JavaScript is there. So these 2 things are for static web pages, to design static web pages, and this is to design dynamic web pages. This is to design dynamic web page. Okay. Now, what do you mean by dynamic web page and what do you mean by static web page? Static web page means the web page which is fixed. For example, whenever you type something on your search engine, Google or anything, let me show you an example. Wait. Let us suppose I'm just typing here HTML tutorial. I'm saying here various web pages. Okay. So if I will open any of the web page, whatever document is there, it is fixed. Right. So, and after 2 days also, when you will see the same web page. If I'm saying after 1 hour, 2 hour, 2 days, this web page is same. It will not change. Right. So this is called static web page. What do you mean by dynamic web page? Dynamic web page means which changes every second or every short interval of time. For example, let us suppose you want to see the score of cricket. Okay, so after each and every minute the score changes. So that is dynamic web page. Okay, so by using HTML, we can create static web page. By using JavaScript, we can create dynamic web page. Great, great. Now these are the three things which we learn, which nowadays kids learn in grade 6 or 7. Okay, this is introduced in the syllabus also. Next, from class 8 to 12, in CBSE board they have introduced Python. Okay, and what is Python? Python is a programming language. It is object-oriented programming language, which is very simple. For this, you have to install a very simple software, that is IDLE. There are various places where we can editors where we can run Python. Basically, what we do is we install IDLE on our system and run Python. Let me show you a simple program, how it is simple, why it is simple, why I'm telling you to learn Python. Wait, let me give you an example. For example, see, this is my Python cell. Okay, there are two modes where we can run Python in IDLE. One is interactive mode. Other is script mode. Okay, what is that? This is your scripting mode where you can see the output here only. How we can see the output? Let me show you a magic. Print. I'm just writing Harsheen over here. Okay, see, this Harsheen is printed over here, right? So this is see, this is very easy to print anything on the screen. What you have to do, you have to write print in quotes, just write whatever you want to write. For example, let me show you how to add two variables. Let us suppose A is any variable. What is variable? Why I'm saying this word variable? Variable is a term where we can store something, right? So if I'm writing A is equals to 5, B is equals to 10, and I'm doing C is equals to A plus B. Okay, now I want to print the value. So what I will do is I will write print and then write C. See, the answer is 15. So we can do any calculation, any difficult calculation or any easier calculation using any programming language. Okay. For example, let me show you. If I want to write it like sum should be 15, like that. How I will do like that? I will write print. Whatever I want to print, I will write it under quotes. And if I want to retrieve some value, I will just write 15. I will write the variable like C. C is the value. C is a variable where the value's result is stored. C. It is showing sum is equals to 15. So whatever you want to print, you will write it under quotes, and if you want to retrieve the value, you will write it after quotes. Right? So see, this is very easy to print to solve any equation. It is programming language is nothing but only the programs. It is problem solving. You can say it is used to solve any problem, right? Now see, beta, after in class 10th and 11th and 12th CBSE, Python has been introduced. In CS branch, Python is there, and in IP branch in class 11th, both have same syllabus Python. In 12th, they have IP, information practice, Python with NumPy and Pandas. Python with Pandas, that is a different field of Python. There various things are the tabular representation of Python is there. Okay. After that, when if you prefer to do BCA or BTech, Python is one subject over there. If you are doing coding in right beginning from beginning, you can easily do any you can opt for any course, and it will be very easier for you to understand those things. Nowadays, companies also prefer Python only. For example, let me tell you one example. Like my husband, he was in Sapient, there Java was preferred. Now he has changed his company where Python is there. So if you opt for your career also, if you want to go, you choose your career as software engineer, you have to learn the coding part, right? This coding is very important for you to learn. आजकल तो सारे बच्चे मतलब लैपटॉप लेके ही पैदा लेते हैं, तो आप लोग को तो कोडिंग सीखना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है. ठीक है. हर्षीन, एनी डाउट्स बेटा? कुछ और जानना है आप लोगों को?
नो मैम.
Okay. So yes. So if you want to opt for any programming, any trade, like if you want to go for commerce, if you want to go for science, if you want to go for humanities, you can opt for IT or computer science as well. Okay, and it will, believe me, it will be very useful for you. For example, let me tell you some companies where these types of programming languages are very useful. For example, Sapient. Not only programming language, you have to opt a programming language with any one database. Okay, you should learn any one database also. You have to learn these things, the basic things like HTML, JavaScript, any one programming language with database like MySQL, Access, any one database is also there which you should learn. Now, what is database? Let me give you a brief introduction of database as well. Database means what? Where you are going to store your data. For example, let me give you an example. Your school admissions is going on. Okay, very good. Now, various students are coming. Okay, you have to prepare their database. What you will do, you will quickly start writing the serial number, roll number, phone number, name. Then you have to write address and everything you have to write, right? Now there are, let us suppose 20,000 students who have came to you for their admissions. Okay, so managing these 20,000 on a hard copy or in an Excel sheet is very difficult. To make it easier, we use Access or MySQL. SQL Server. We are using Oracle. We are using Access. We are using Oracle. These all are the databases which we are using, which we prefer over Excel. पहले क्या होता था? Earlier, what happened was we were using like Excel. Normal Excel में हम लोग सारी चीजें लिखते थे. But updating the Excel sheet, updating a large Excel sheet to show the relationship between two tables was very difficult in Excel. If let us suppose I have a table called student, having their student information, and I have another table with their marks and all. Okay, and if I want to join these two tables, I want to establish the relationship between these two tables, it was very difficult using Excel. We cannot, it is very difficult to establish relationship between these two tables. Okay, now if you have to establish relationship between these two tables, you have to learn any one database thoroughly. Okay, so this is what database is. So various companies, see, I was working after doing engineering, I was selected for Satyam also. and there we were doing I was a web designer there, and I was using web HTML and JavaScript over there for designing the web. Okay, so there are various fields in software companies also, not only this programming languages. There are various fields. There is developer over there, there is a tasting people who taste your code, who find out some errors over there over your code, they fix the code. Okay, so there are testing engineers also, there are web developers also. So these all fields, if you are going to any software company, so there are different fields over there where you knowing these things will be very useful. Okay, whatever you will learn from class, whatever you are learning in school days, that will be very helpful in if you are opting for any software company. See, what happens is, if you are given to make a application, it is not possible for you to do to solve the entire application alone, right? So what they do is they divide your work into small groups, right? Two people are given to do one part, two people are given to do another part. One person is there who could taste who could test whether you have done everything, whether it meets the client's expectation or not. One person is there who is going to prepare for the documentation and all. So SRS reports are you have to prepare. So there are various the entire thing is divided into various parts. Okay, so for those things you have to learn the basics at least. I'm not saying that you should be master in all, but at least in one field. If you are choosing programming language, you have to be master in any one programming language. If you are choosing database, you have to be master in any one database. So you have to choose any, you can choose, and it is not that hard. It is very easy to learn all these things, right? Now, if you have any doubt, you can let me know. Harsh, anything more you want me to know? To deliver?
No, ma'am.
No?
No.
Okay. ये Harsheen, you better? No? Okay, so should I stop over here? Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining. Harsh, Harsheen, thank you better. Thank you for giving your time. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.